Hey guys, today's video is going to be going over chicken wing spam, and I'm pretty sure after this video you really won't have a problem with it because it's actually pretty easy to deal with. You're going to hear me talk a lot about hitting the body and which sides, left side, right side. So just to break it down real fast, the orthodox guy, we want to go to his body on his right side, the southpaw body on his left side. Any other punches, especially early, will get you knocked out probably. So anyway, we're at heavyweight. This is my build here, so you can see I don't have a straight at all. I got kind of a slugger, and this is OWC. So I'm pretty heavy, 252, got 67-inch reach, and there'll be more stats later. So this guy at the time, I wiped him out in a round. This guy was ranked number 16 in the world, not weekly, monthly, but the world. And then we got 3 fights. This is going to be the 3rd fight. This guy won a lot of fights, but all these are going to be easy once you get through this video. So you can see here I do pretty good. I'm not the best player at all. I actually have a very basic, rudimentary style. I don't spam straights. I don't do side-step uppercuts, but most people beat themselves by throwing the straight way too much and trying to spam, and they don't seem to stop and alter what they're doing. So before we get started with the fights, we can go over a few things. So you can see here the straight to the body is going to go under his straight to the head. And see, that's how I got so good at this anti-spam stuff, is I watched all my fights and I played some, and I watched them all slow motion, you know, so I learned what counter what. So southpaw position, the left hand is going to go under the right hand, and it'll be vice versa. And I have all the clips. There's going to be actually a lot of information in this video, and there's probably more than I needed. So, and like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a commentator or anything like that, you know, so I'm just doing the best I can here, so bear with me, but everything's here that you need to know. So you saw there. So anyway, this is a build on YouTube, which is one of the most popular, and this is an inside fighter, and this is how most people have their builds. They have the straight maxed out, they have no body punches, or they'll have one maxed up. So what that means is we're going to go slow early, and we're going to use and maul them at the end of the fight. Now this is a video from EA Sports Fight Night back in 2011. You can see here, this was they're demonstrating the anti-spam. What happened was they made a patch, and then now no longer does the straight spam to tire you out. You can see here in this test, this is round 3. I did a test, greatest of all time, with the spammer. I was able to throw non-stop chicken wings for 7 rounds. I threw 1,100 and some odd chicken wings before I gassed out. Here we're with Tyson. The power's crazy, chest to chest, same thing. You know, it just knocks him out. Now the next one coming up is even the shortest reach for heavyweight, which is 67-inch. So this guy was 88, which most people have. Next one's gonna be 67-inch. Doesn't matter. You still wipe him out. The straight's crazy powerful. By far the most powerful punch in the game, and you can throw it non-stop, and it's got the most KO animations, and that's why it's spammed to death, you know. It's just crazy. So we'll see here in this next one is going to be 67-inch reach. He's supposed to have the worst straights and the best hooks. You'll see here, this is greatest of all time. It takes me like 4 or 5 punches, and there you go, instant knockout. And those knockouts don't come near as frequently with hooks. Another thing is too, I have a lot of clips like this. I just threw one in here, the hitbox, whatever they call it. It just doesn't work. It can hit you in the shoulder, it can hit you, miss you, it can hit you, you know, in the elbow, whatever, and still, if you watch them in slow motion, a lot of times you're not even going to get hit in the head with a straight, and you'll still get one punch knocked out. So it's just crazy what they did. Also, another thing, like in real life, I actually need no extension on the straight in this game, just right up close. And there's actually a video at the end of this video showing how to throw a proper straight. So here we see, this is very important, that's why everything goes to the body. You'll see here, even with a hook to the head, it won't work, even on the same side. And if you throw on his jab hand side, which would be his left, and he throws the straight, you're done. That's how you get knocked out. That's always throw on the same side. But you'll see with the chicken wing, you can't even throw a hook to the head on the same side. So another thing is you gotta be very careful with all this stuff I go over. Everything's easier said than done, and you can get instantly knocked out, even if they're like 20% stamina. And you see, that's why with this straight, if you look on the left, this guy's straight count almost 500. Almost 500 straights with 87-inch reach. That's why they throw it so much. And when I say flat-footed in this video, it means let go of the left stick. That will prevent you from going into backstep straights. Like you see here, there's a hook going under, and we stay flat-footed. I missed. Now this is a good combo to use. This should be your base combo in the early fight. Jab to the head, straight to the body. You get him all day. And because like I said, the straight to the body goes under the straight to the head with from the southpaw position, and the jab will get him throwing. So the fights will be starting here in a moment. Okay, so this is a southpaw, so you'll see my right hook. I'm going to use that to go under his left straight.
A little something for his opponent after getting tagged.
And if you throw on his right side, his jab side, and he hits you the straight, you're done. It's very easy to get one punch knocked out with a straight. So early in the fight, everything on the same side of his straight. Okay, so this kind of a wonky. This click got borked, but here I'm throwing right hooks to his left hook. This is southpaw versus southpaw. The next, so if you've got your lead hand towards his straight, you have to throw your lead hand. Okay, and then another thing that's very important is the stamina. You see, you want to be getting back between 12 and 14% if you can, especially early. You see here, I'm in round 3. I'm at 92% still at heavyweight. That's critical. If you're coming out the second round with 86 or something stamina, that's why you're losing. Anyway, here, I'll go to that more. Here you see, always be looking for the step back straight as well. Okay, so, and I was able to avoid those by not touching the left stick. Here we go again. If you walk forward and watch my feet, I'm walking in, and bam. And this guy over here on the right was at like 20% stamina. All right, so here's the beginning of the first fight. If you look at the left at his straight count, the percentage is 21, and I'm at 72. So that's my straight countering his straight. So that's, and another thing, it showed me his stamina just for a second. It's a glitch, happens sometime. He going in round 2 with 82%. I went in round 2 at 97 or 95. So once the fight progresses, he's at 82. Then let's say he goes to 72, then 62, and I'm only going down 5% of the time, so I'd be 85. That's when I'll instantly start stunning him and knocking him out. The stamina advantage is critical. So it's just a cheese fest here. You'll see he just chicken wing. So I'm going to just, every chicken wing he throws, he's getting straight back. That's the counter. So you can say I'm spamming counters, or I'm spamming straights to the body, however you want to say it, or I'm spamming the counter to his spam, but looks stupid. And but this is what you do. And this guy, believe it or not, was ranked number 16 in the world, and just had, I saw no losses on his player hub. This is how people go 530 or and things like that. You see a guy that's like 103. It's for a reason. It's cheese fest time. Every time. And not only that, when you do win, they're going to disconnect, and you're not going to get the win anyway. So they're going to spam you to win and then cheat you when they lose. All right, so so you see my hook to his head missed. My left hook. So I just kind of said, all right, that's it on this, and we're going to the body. And I would have fought this dude straight up. That's how I play. If you ever watch any of my other videos, you'll never see me doing this shit for no reason. And this guy, though, I was not going to lose this fight. So I saw the first 2 chicken wings come out, so I was like, all right. And so I just spammed him out with the counters. And these guys will try to make it a sprint as well. You don't want to do that. You want to make it a long fight, because they can knock you out as long as they have more than like 60% stamina, even lower, but in general. So you need to wait and let the rounds pass and let the game punish them, as the rounds progress and they get back to horrible stamina, and you keep your stamina high, and eventually you'll just start dropping them and even get a knockout. So try to make it a long fight if you can. And don't be into a frantic spam fest. And the worst thing you can do is be doing step back straights out of frustration or anger, things like that. Just that's how I actually win almost all my fights, is because people just try and cheeseball shit, and it, like, you see it once you have experience, you see it coming a mile away. All right, so he quit because he knew he was done. Next up here, this is so you'll see again the stats. Like, this is horrible. You know, that's what you want. You want to try to get their straight percentage down as low as possible, and keep yourself like with minimal damage and high percentage. So here he comes. You'll see there's a chicken wing, and this was a recent fight. Well, 6 months ago, and I just have the partial clips on this, but there's like 2 full rounds. And then I also have clips coming up with how to finish these guys when they're tired. So the best combo on these guys would be a jab to the body, then a left hook to the body. And now you see his feet. When he backs up, you need to back up yourself or go into him. Like, don't just stand there, because he's getting more extension on it. And when they're at the right range, it hits much harder. So you want to be close. Like, the worst thing you can do against, like, especially a giant spammer, is run away. You want to be, the closer, the better. Alright, so I'm going to let this play for a little bit, because I basically explained, and I'm going to catch back up and start commentating when the third fight is over.
To the head, the right hand landed.
Close to him.
Committing to the combo now, both land.
Okay, one more thing I need to add here is when you're, if you can work them back to the corner, that's good, but you want to keep your combos short, like 1 or 2 punch, and nothing on his jab hand side. So that would be this particular guy's left. You see, and yeah, lefts to the body from the southpaw position. Keep the combos short. And then when he runs away, like I'm going to do here in a moment, don't keep pursuing him. If he doesn't want any action, he wants to leave, like this right here. And another thing too, we want him punished by the game when the round's over and the next round begins. So the more punches he misses, the lower his recovery is going to be. So let's say, for example, I'm going to probably be about 92% stamina going into round 2 or the next round here. He's going to probably be at about 88. And we want to keep that trend going until we have a large disparity, like we have a large advantage. So we want to get that 5 or 6 point stamina advantage over a period of like 4 to 5 rounds, because it will add up. And then once we have like a 20-point stamina advantage, fight's gonna be way easier. So don't make it a sprint, and watch their feet for when they start leaving the action. They want you to follow them back, and so they can continue on what they're doing. And all you're going to do is you're just going to walk into the range they need, or give them a back step straight. So remember the image I had with the no touch the left stick when punching? That's what we're applying here. See, my feet are right in the same spot the whole time.
Good way to protect the midsection.
Yeah, he's backing up, so we'll just kind of walk around a little bit. I'm going to, especially early in the fight, like I said, to get the stamina advantage, we'll let him basically do most of the initiating.
Little volume punching to the body.
And if you do find a good combo that works while you're testing these guys, because all the reaches and punch styles and all that have a little bit of variance on them, what you want to do is, if you find a good combo that works, like a jab to the head, hook to the body, or a jab to the head, straight to the body, whichever one is working good, use that one.
He paid a big one there.
That's something I don't do enough, but I would recommend it. Again, we're flat-footed, and if you can use the sticks, that's far better. They hit harder, more accurate, and they take way less stamina. Like I said in my previous video, I started winning a lot more fights because I started using the sticks, and I couldn't believe how much more stamina I had going into round 9, 10. It was a huge difference, night and day. And one of the reasons a lot of people probably wonder why I use such short reach as a heavyweight. You know, I don't use the 88 or 86. I use 67, 68, 69 max. And that's because it works really good versus the spam. I think that's a big reason why I win most of the time. Because I'm not a great player or anything, you know. And like I said, I don't go around power straighting. If I did that, I'd win way more. And already as it is, I win probably on average about 85 or 90% of my fights, I'd say. And I fight everybody at rating 90. The worst of the worst spam division there is. And because my boxer rating is pretty high, the game matches me up first with the other people that have boxer ratings super high, which are mostly spammers. So this is just a clip I threw in. This is a screenshot. And basically what they're saying is, yeah, spam straights repeatedly. You know, there's people even online advocating that, and there's a lot of views. All right, so this guy, he had like a good 12-fight win streak going. When I think he lost one or two before me, but I looked at his hub, and it was crazy. And it's all cheapness. So this is about 2-3 years old. So if you're brand new to this is something you can do today. If you could do this today, turn on the game. It will work the same for you as it did me. And in fact, I don't even have my jab. My jab's got like 5 bars. I got like a level 6 jab to the head. So you don't necessarily need to max that out. It's the hook to the body that matters and the straight to the body. And I would recommend anyone that wants to do much better against spammers, fight from the southpaw position, and you just use the left hand to the body against the orthodox straight spammer, like whether it's a hook to the body or a straight to the body. It's going to help tremendously, and staying flat-footed. It's going to help a lot because it counters a straight. That's one of the biggest reasons why I win so much, is people beat themselves because they're just over anxious with the straight because it's so cheap. And I don't know, and another thing for you new people, if you throw 2 punches in a match and they both miss, then you need to put that punch away for a while. Like switch your stance, try something else, or just use a jab for a while. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And because one of the biggest reasons that people lose to me is because they'll miss 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 backstep power straights per round, and they gas out. It takes a while, 5 or 6 rounds, but they gas out and then they quit. Like you cannot continuously do something if it's not working. And for whatever reason in this game, it's a good thing that playing this game is not a hot stove because people would be in the burn unit. Like I don't know what they're doing, but anyway. So this particular guy here, what I'm doing here is something that all of you can do. Again, basically like a go-to combo. This would be a jab to the head, hook to the body from southpaw stance. And you don't have to, you want to keep the pace slow. Like I said, you want to keep your pace. If you keep your pace decent, you're going to be near 100% stamina, 3, 4, 5 rounds into the fight, and that's very, very important, especially against someone that's real sloppy with their punches. They miss a lot of punches. You're gonna gradually have a stamina advantage, and that's huge. That's absolutely huge. And I will make another video that with some drills that you can do offline to do that, to make that happen. I'll show you how to kind of manipulate the AI so you can work on that, getting that stamina advantage. Then you can see what it really does, how really beneficial it is when you play this game online.
90 seconds to go here in this round.
So once again, we're just going to kind of take our time and let him gas out. When I start feeling that he's going to get tired and I have him near the ropes, and I'll open up on him. But once again, this would be kind of like probably about the same. This would be real similar to somebody that's new to the game that just started trying to to fight with these chicken wing spammers, because this video is pretty old.
That's classic counterpunching.
Yeah, what he did
So
was
I'll
he
come
pulled
back
that
on
right
in
shoulder
a
back,
few
you know,
minutes
just pulled
and
it
continue
back,
commentating
gave the
when I
left
need to.
shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
Hands of Stone's defense. Is it ever good? Look at how easy he's able to block those punches. Really frustrating his opponent now.
Okay, another thing I need to add is that when I'm blocking, you want to block right when the punch comes in. So the longer you hold your block down, the weaker it is. So you block, let go of the block for a split second, block if you can do it. So let's say a guy throws a uppercut to the body, then a hook to the head. You want to block the one to the body, let go of the block button for a split second, and then block to the head like immediately as it comes. And there's a clip later down in the video that shows that. That's a kind of a feature called perfect block. And I actually already did record a training video for that. I just got a commentator to put it up. But that's very important. And also you'll notice when he's throwing to the head, I'm trying to twist away from his punch, so I would twist to my right and back, you know. And every once in a while, I'm not doing so much in this fight, but I'll try to give people like little feints, like I'll move my gloves real quick or move my head and try to get him to throw, because the more missed punches, the better. That's the easier it's going to be for us later. Now you see the straight's going right under all that shit, all that stuff. Sorry, excuse me. Now we got him. Now he's stunned. This is the stamina advantage coming in play, and that's what you kind of want to do. And also when they're all sloppy, and it's like, say you're at round 7, you have 30 seconds still to go till the end of the round. Let the round pass, because you only have X amount of punches you can throw per fight, you know, based on like your weight and how many power punches and how many your accuracy, all this. But there is kind of a baseline. So instead of throwing a bunch of slop out in the middle of the ring when there's only 30 seconds left and you're not going to be able to really do anything anyway, it's better to save those punches for when the beginning of the next round starts, or sometime during that next round, especially when the game is going to punish him for all those missed punches. So you're going to have those extra punches that you can throw that you would have just wasted the round prior, and he's going to have even less stamina than you know. So that's another thing. Another thing I need to add is when you get a knockdown, you make them come get their knockdown. Like, in fact, I wouldn't fight much at all. If you get a knockdown, like, either use that to rest or go exclusively to the body after that. I've seen so many people on YouTube. I watch fights on YouTube sometimes. I see a guy was winning a title fight, and he stunned and it was against a guy that had a crazy record. This was a new guy, and he got, you know, he did good, and he was winning the fight by a round. You go in round 10, and the other dude was like one of the big 6'8" spammers, wins most of his fights. Anyway, the simulation guy, he stuns the big spammer, and he throws like 3 backstep power straights when the dude was stunned, and the dude, he recovered. Bam! He power straights the new guy, and new guy loses the title. When you knock someone down or you're up by points, you don't need to do anything. They need to come do it. They have to do all the work. They have to come earn their knockdown. They need to come earn their points. If you're winning and or you get a knockdown, then you don't need to do anything. That's when you can work on you doing backstep straights or whatever kind of counterpunch stuff that you like to do, or only exclusively go to the body. Same thing if you get knocked down. If you get knocked down, like, you've lost the round 10-8 anyway, so there's no sense in going to the head much, unless you need a knockout and it's at the end of the fight. But if you get knocked down, then like, okay, only body. Or you could just say, okay, I'm gonna, based on what the guy's doing, if the guy is spamming away and you think like in the later part of the fight that you're going to have a big stamina advantage, then you don't need to really do much. Just feint him and can maybe jab his body a little bit, get him to throw. But so you got to think about that kind of stuff too. So I think we're coming near the end. Another thing too, don't open up too much. Like, if he doesn't go down, don't blow your wad, you know, because the more you punch, it's like blocking. The more you punch, the more you're opened up. So the more you use something in this game, the worse the counter is to it. So
Glover's inconsistencies are really showing up
kind of put in
now.
perspective,
Shown defense tonight.
like blocking
Other times
is like
recently, he's getting hit by the left hand.
would be, let's say your boxer's got like a solar panel on his back. Blocking is like putting a tarp over that solar panel. So now your power is going down and down and down as you block. Okay, when you let go of your block, they take the tarp off. Same thing happens when you punch. When you punch, it's like putting a tarp on your character's solar panel. So when you stop punching, then he recharges. Okay, so that's why you want to keep your punch output to 1 or 2 until you're going to flurry for the knockdown or knockout. See that back step straight. You gotta watch those at all times, because those can easily knock you out at any time. See what he's doing there? So I'm being a little over anxious here, but or over eager. And like I said, this would probably kind of more resemble what a brand new person playing the game would look like, you know. But you just got to take it easy and like don't press too hard. Like say, I don't even know why I'm doing that. I don't need to do any of that. I think I was upset. I saw myself throwing 5 or 6 straights. I was probably pissed because what he was doing the whole fight. But
Glover's showing you that sublime skill right now with that 2-punch combo. Tucker's wanting the counter punch here, but that doesn't seem the route to
yeah,
go
if you
here.
watch it slowly,
No, he has to be honest with
these
himself.
hooks are going right under that straight of
Under
his.
pressure in all walks of life, you know. In the ring,
There's another
especially,
miss
you
back
see
step
it right
straight.
away.
Like, you can't do that. So like,
Right away, it's obvious.
if you were to do that, once you miss one, then maybe try it one more time. You miss 2 of the back steps, you're done. Don't, you know, you're done. You can't just keep doing the same thing, you know. It's not working. I think this is the end of the fight here. And then this, the next clip, this is very important. Next one coming up is going to be a very experienced person. I think his record was like 300 wins and 4 losses or something. And he was another top-ranked guy. And with that guy, I didn't have the beginning of the fight, but I had the end, because you have to finish the fight just as carefully as you start the fight with these guys. And I'll pull that up and commentate that when that comes up.
And the position now. Win if
Now, the things that were keeping his opponent from coming in that front door, well, guess what? They're not there no more. His opponent could get back into this fight.
he needs to improve the accuracy a little bit. That was comical by Hands of Stone. Tucker's game plan was to get to the inside and score and have success with the power punching on the inside, Teddy. It's not happening. So what is the answer? Wow! He is leveled.
Okay, so that guy's done. But anyway, you can see this is his record. This is his hit percentage on the straights. If you look at the left side, 34%. I'm 72. And man, he missed a lot. If you look at all the power punches landed. Now, the thing is with you guys, like, it's a lot of fun throwing these big combos like this. But when you're fighting these spammers, you can't do this. Like, I used to really practice. I asked on the forums, how do I beat these spammers? When I first started playing, they're like, oh, just become a good combo puncher. So I did. You know, I used to be able to rip off, 8-10 punch combos with the sticks, but now, over the years, I've learned that the combos just get you knocked out. They don't help. So you keep everything short. See, here's a little bit too much. Just throw them way too much. And all it takes is one punch, and usually it's going to be the straight that hits you. And that's what happens when you throw too many punches. Remember, we go back to the whole battery analogy.
He continues to get hit.
Okay, so this is the 304 chicken wing spammer, and he got smart and decided to change up his tactics. So he's trying to do body work and everything now, but it's way too late. And what they'll try to do is they will try to drag the fight out, and so hopefully you gas yourself out. So you got to be very, very careful of that. And be careful of that back step straight as well. Like I said, it just takes one. It's happened to me a million times when I was new. This guy, he's probably about, I don't know, 55% stamina, I would say, right now. And so they're always dangerous with that back step straight, especially when they're 6'8", and they got the 88-inch reach like this guy, and they're 260. The pounds, the more weight on him, you see him, the harder they hit. You see how he stumbled off there. So now I know, like, okay, this is pretty much in the bag, but I just got to be able to connect. And remember this, I put this guy in here so we can remember, like, don't get over anxious, don't get over eager. So this is still the big spammer here, and he's actually doing a pretty smart thing. He's going to back up a little bit here and try to make me just keep missing punches, and he's going to keep trying for that back step straight, and then he's going to flurry to the body. But still got to be flat-footed. And what I should have done here, and I don't think I did, was, but I did put a clip in, you want to push these guys up to the ropes when they're tired. Like, I'm just wasting my stamina here. I'm not doing anything, so you gotta try to get them to the ropes, because they're gonna run off. This guy, at least he fought. There's a lot of other people, they'll come at you full blast, spamming away, and then when they tire out in the 7th, 8th round, they'll run. Like, it's crazy. Most of them do that. Like, at least this guy fought for a while. Most of these spammers, they build a cheap big character that gasses out just so they have all the max power, and then when they gas out, they run away. And they'll keep running, trying nothing but straights. They'll just try for a lucky straight, because they know that the one-punch KO likelihood is very high. So this too is about, I don't know, this is kind of an older clip too. What I would have done here was I wouldn't even punched here. I would have pushed him up to the ropes as best I could, and I would have used bobs and weaves and try to catch him with, bobbing and weaving and catch him with a hook while he's missing. That's what I do these days. It works real good. I rarely get knocked out bobbing and weaving, but I get a lot of knockdowns late in the fight when they're tired, because the bob and weave, if you catch them when they're missing, it counts as a counter, so it adds extra power onto it. I think here was round 7, so I was starting to win more rounds, and maybe I just didn't want to push it or something, but also I wasn't throwing so many bobs and weaves at that time. That should probably be maybe a follow-up video, finishing exhausted opponents or something.
Is not slipping away. I know you see Teddy's scorecard there.
So you can see on the scorecard, I'm starting to catch up. You're always going to lose the early rounds versus these guys, so don't worry about that. Just keep doing the body shots, and be accurate too. Like, you want to shoot for at least 60% accuracy overall in your fights, especially heavyweight. I notice I always gas out if even 50% accuracy is pushing it, that's kind of cutting it close. So you want to shoot for 60%. And if you're a person that especially I'm talking about heavyweights here, if you're going into round 2 and you have like 87% stamina or 86 or even less, you're never going to win you're never going to win a lot of fights like that. So try to work on your accuracy, and you can do better by keeping the combos short and going to the body first. So by that I mean throw just say you like throwing straights to the head. You want to throw a jab to the body first, then a straight to the head. Like the most common thing, dudes come up, they throw 4 or 5 straights to the head in a row. If they land none or maybe one, they would land half of those or better if they would have just thrown a jab to the body,
And now you see
then a
the
straight to the head,
southpaw
then a
pulling
jab
the
to the
trigger
body,
with
straight to the
straight
head. They'd probably land both of the straights to the head. So like a hook to the body, like that. Hook to the body, hook to the head. So, but anyway, getting back to the stamina deal, that's the biggest thing. All the other channels,
Last 10 seconds
well,
of the 8th round.
not all, but some of them
He
talk
got
about
it,
that.
but he sends it right back.
There's some of them, man, they don't give it. They just,
Bazooka's coming off another
Yeah,
close and competitive round.
they're
But
okay
still,
with
Teddy,
landing,
I think
you know,
he's slightly down on the
26%
Yeah, the
because
key
they
is not what
throw
you think,
fucking
Joe,
800
even though
straights
I
to
love
fight.
what you think, but the key
And then
is
300
what
step
he
cuts.
thinks.
But
He has
anyway,
to know that. It's very important
there's
for him,
also
and
going to be a lot of other resources
a guy
in
under
the
pressure wants to know what he
linked
wants
in
to
the
know.
in
He
the
wants to
description.
babysit
So
this
shout out
guy
to
that he's
Bludo.
ahead, and it's
You can
important
learn
that
how to throw
somebody
the
gives
chicken
him
wing
the
straight
news.
on his channel. And also, what I recommend if you check him out is like look at his early videos, then his latest ones, and the improvement is insane. And that's from him practicing with good people. Also, Krushner, I'm gonna link to him. He's got like a whole catalog of full fights versus spammers. Awesome channel. Same thing with Samuel Kramer. He's got a lot of great anti-spam fights that he posts. Other side of the Trax boxing. He's got a lot of really unique,
Good one, too, by
like
Bazooka.
leaning techniques and
That
blocking
right hand serving
techniques.
well. Boy, some of the old
Who
school
else?
guys
There's
really
others. I'm
appreciate
trying. Oh yeah,
one day, Teddy,
Alex Stark
great
Sniper.
upper body
He's a
movement,
great trash
so
talker. I
elusive
like
up
watching
top.
his videos.
Yeah,
You guys have
this
it's
is an example like they used to
a lot
say
of
in
fun.
old
Plus,
days.
he's got
He stands right
anti-spam
in front
stuff
of
on
you.
there
You
as
can't
well.
hit him in the backside
There's a
with
lot
a
of
head full
people
of buckshot.
that have some good
He
videos.
fires
There's a
on
lot of
the
people that have bad
combination there, and it
videos.
lands. He took a go of it to the body, but came up empty.
So see that slop I'm doing? That's
More than one punch down.
gotta be more accurate
could
than
be
that.
damaging.
But it's hard to tell by looking. But I'm actually pushing real hard to stay close to this guy. You know, and then again, I only got the 67-inch reach. So, but it's like he knows what he's doing, and also like I'm just having a hard time closing the distance on him. You know, and he's got his pump block going and stuff, so it's hard for me to hit him.
Able to land with the right.
So just take your time.
Bazooka's doing well here.
Try
with that
to go
two-punch
low,
combination.
high, low, and watch for that back step straight like that.
End of the round, end of the round, a round I do believe that he was able to take. But his opponent is there stride for stride. This is going to be a close fight. Teddy, where do you have him on the scorecards? Is he up?
Yeah, I have him slightly ahead, but as you said, very close fight.
See,
And
he's
the
not,
kind of
he's not,
fight
he,
where you
not
let
all
up
on me
for a
hot and
moment,
heavy now. At the
you're
beginning of
gonna
the fight, like I wish I had those rounds
Doubling up the
just
jab.
up in my grill, just slamming away with the straight. You know, now look, this is how they all do this. They all do this.
Comes right back
And that's why
down
I'd
with the
recommend
left
if you're
hand.
new, what I would do is whenever you fight someone like throwing all kinds of straights at you right away and they're all frantic to knock you out, you need to reverse what this guy's doing and you be the guy that's moving away. But early in the fight, the first 3 rounds, so you run away for the first 3 rounds because they're definitely going to run away from the last 3 rounds on you. So if you chill the first 2-3 rounds, and when everything, because what will happen is things will start slowing down. You'll be able to see what's coming easier. You're going to see the straight coming. You're going to see the spam being set up. It's going to make it a lot easier for you. And remember, when we looked at the hitbox deal, where we weren't even hitting the character with the straight, early in the fight, like that happens a lot. There's a lot of times you get dropped or knocked down, and it won't even hit you if you watch it in slow motion, but it goes so fast in the game when they're fresh.
Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand.
So even, not saying run away, you know, but back away, you know, in the first 3 rounds, and just say lose the round, you know, save your stamina when things slow down and you can catch them, because I guarantee you they're all going to run from you when they gas out. Happens every time. It was just an anomaly, this guy, and he still ended up running away. But okay, so here we're going to be doing some pushing. So you're going to flick the left stick directly back at people. See, like this guy, he's basically found out like he's not going to be fighting on the inside with me. So what he's doing is nothing really except backstep straights. And when we push him, we can knock him off balance. He pushed me first, but see, we flicking the stick just like in the picture a moment ago. And that will sling us right back into him. We can even land shots off that. So you're going to flick the stick directly back at him right when he pushes, and then a power hook to the body, and maybe a power hook to the head. But if the one to the head misses, just go to the body the next times. It's very important to learn that how to get to counter that push. Then we can push him. He don't know what to do. See, there's the low high. And we knocked out.
Oh, and he goes down for the
against the corner pad, you know.
Okay, this one's going to be clinching. You know, you notice here, remember we talked about you see my block, I'm opening, we talked about the solar panel thing. That was just a bad analogy. But anyway, that's kind of like what it looks like. When your opponent starts getting tired, clinch him when he misses a punch. Like when you can visualize his stamina bar like going down, like halfway. If you clinch him, sometimes it takes a little bit of stamina off him, and sometimes it will use, like this guy. You see how he missed those 3 punches, and I grabbed him. So, okay, now here what we're doing, we're going to be. They might change to do like a pattern type spam where they do the same combo over and over. You gotta chill, and this again is blocking, and here we do the clinch to slow him down a little bit. But you'll see I do the block, the perfect block here a little bit. See, he's doing high-low spam. And I counter him. So block, 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 punch.
Crusher's right hand scores well on.
Block, block, punch. There's back step straight. And it's still early in the fight. We can just walk around, you know. So I definitely going to have a big stamina advantage over this guy here.
Nice job blocking that punch.
And once again, like, you know, you have 10 rounds. You have, like, I don't know, was a half hour to work with. So don't ever rush the issue when you're fighting a spammer. Okay, this is closing the show. This is what I was talking about, pushing and bob and weaves. See, so I'm going to be doing some bob and weave. The practice is offline, bob and weave, and then we're going to push him to drop his guard. So you make it really rough inside, okay? When I finish the guys that are exhausted. And that'll be another video I'll post out if people want to see it. But I do that all the time now. All right, what we're looking at here is
not coming up with the results that you would want to see out of him. Now he's trying to counter punch Teddy, but it doesn't seem
okay, here we go, making it rough. Okay. So see how I got him on the ropes, and I'm using my weight. When you have a big guy, you can push people around pretty good. You can't do the back step straights and all that so hot, but you can maul people, and that's one of the reasons why I use them too. My style is basically brawler. I just go forward and try and maul people. Now here's a dude. This is like a hardcore spammer. This dude is like just the cheapest of the cheap. And he's another guy that's always on top of the leaderboards on the world. And you'll see he just is going to run backwards throwing straights because he's exhausted. So he's just waiting.
Bazooka's putting his punches together.
Back step straight. See, all they're going to do is straight, push straight attempt. They're going to do that because there's nothing else they can do. They're going to be all up in your face early. Here's another one. This guy's even worse. This was a title fight. And, you know, the dude was spamming straights and gasses out. Now he's running away spamming his jab. So you need to be the guy in the beginning of the fight doing what they're doing here. Like if you got a spammer that's missing all kinds of punches, if you just keep moving away and let him miss, then mid-fight, you're going to have a massive stamina advantage, and you're going to win the fight. So that's the thing is, when these guys are spamming you, you don't have to participate, you know.
He's committed to that left hand, and it's working out.
And always remember, you got the 10 rounds to work with. Here's another runner. This is head-to-head. So he too was a spammer. And I'm showing quite a few of these because it's very important that you take your time early. One of the biggest factors, one of the reasons why I win also, is I always go into round 2 with near 100% stamina. And as a heavyweight, like that's pretty good. You know, it's common with middleweights and lightweights, but so is very important.
With a
So
left hand.
now here they're going to be trying backstep straights and all this stuff on you. Here's the not touching the left stick, stay flat-footed. There's a punch, and then it slows down where you can counter their backstep straight counter. Okay, now we were always doing with there's a backstep. Okay, so see, it still hit you. Now I'm going to do some. I think this is
Fourth round now with
no, this is another one. Okay, there I push him.
Gonna think about the next
So when they're standing there waiting for you to punch like this, like he's waiting for a side step uppercut, don't give it to him. Like I'm trying to let him fight, you know. And he just wants to either backstep straight or sidestep uppercut. Never let these Philly shell dudes like just slide around and pop you. You know, push him around.
Wanting to counter punch here.
Get him in the corner and then start doing some body work, you know. And then they'll start reacting. Like you can never just let them stand there. Okay, other people, spammers, what they'll do is they'll max their head movement out and they'll just lean back and only throw a straight to your head so you can't hit them. So what you're going to do, you're going to turn southpaw and throw straights on the same side as their straight, just like always. Just like we started this video. Now, see, he's leaving. And this is a fight. This dude had a monster record too, because no one knew how to do that, I guess. So that's it. Everybody needs to straighten this game. Now here's fouling. You want to foul when the referee's out of the frame. So we get 3 free fouls here. And you can see it didn't do a whole lot, but I did get him. I did do some damage to him, you know. Oh, that was sparring. Okay, there you go again. And you see flat-footed.
Well, look, the old-time
and now we're using jab to the body because we're orthodox. And that's going to go on the straight the same way as the southpaw straight would. Also, when you switch stances, your power carries over. So we have a level 20 straight to the body, which I would recommend everybody do. You can use your jab. You see I stunned him with that jab. And this jab is actually a level 20 southpaw straight. So I just switch the stances. It's on the same hand, the same side, so the power is still there. And you'll see he's going to back up, and I'm going to gas him out again just with that jab to the body. And that's a really good tool too. That actually would need another video itself as well, because you can win a fight like that just with the body jab, you know. But it takes a long time. And I don't know. I have to just maybe make a video someday. But switching stance too. So and another thing is pushing people off when you don't want them on you, like you're hurt or you want them not up in your grill. You can push them, right? And here again, this is just a re-show just how cheap that straight is. That was with the shortest reach, 4 punches. This is another thing people do. They'll just be leaning back. They'll do the lean back straight. You have to be careful of all this. The straight to the body on the same side as their straight will beat even the lean back straights. That was round 1, greatest of all time. This is round 1, greatest of all time too. Okay, this one is I'm throwing regular combos with a 6'8" spammer. So, and you'll see, watch his stamina. You see how his stamina is going down? So I'm just throwing like 1, 2, 3s, 1, 2, 3, 4s, like jab, uppercut, hook, uppercut. So I do get 1 knockdown, not a big deal. But watch his stamina now. This is the training mode offline, of course. So the big, long guy, the heavy guys, the 260 guys with the 88-inch reach, they gas out real easy on the inside. And also, we saw the stats where nobody levels up their body shots. So you're always going to have an inside advantage. Now see how he's gassed out? And then watch what we do here. So, okay, so he's worthless. And you need to try to keep those big, tall spammers in this kind of situation where they're fighting on the inside. And you do that by letting the fight go along. Now watch this. He's going to like rejuvenate his stamina by spamming. Now watch this. Now you can throw this all day. Like I said, I threw this endlessly 1,100 times.
Finish him off! Stay with him! Stay with him! Come on now.
And this, I threw 177 straights non-stop in this training session. Yeah. So that the straight is completely broken. Yeah, this is kind of a long one. This is the 177 straight times without gassing out. If I also didn't include it, but I have video of hooks. The hook takes a half of a round, so a minute and a half. And the uppercut takes about the same amount of time if you spam it nonstop. But the straight, it's 1,100 times, 7 rounds. So you saw the beginning of the clip, the video here. We showed the patch that or the stamina, the way it was supposed to work, presented by EA. That was back in 2011 when they were showing the game, but they had a bunch of complaints about some other issue, and they also affected the straight, and they took off the the governor, or whatever you want to call it, the limitations on the spamming for it. So now it's broke. They broke it, And they also did back at people that ever remember EA MMA from 2010. They had the same issue with the Muay Thai clinch in that game, where the knees or elbows weren't doing anything. There was a guy made a video on it, got like 300,000 views, and so EA goes and patches the game, and then you could knock someone out with 4 Muay Thai clinch knees. So it went from one extreme to the other, and that's what happened to the straight. Okay, here, this is another reason why you need a dangerous fighter too, and you want to have your settings on when you're stunned, your AI setting for your boxer. When stunned, he wants fights back, and I'm going to show you why here. You also want a very durable boxer where you have maxed out chin, block, heart, and gold toughness boost. But you want to be able to fight back when you're stunned. You see how we turn the tables here? Okay, and I think this is just showing once again that the low punch under their straight is what you want to do. So you could also set that up with a lead hook to the head, and then like a hook underneath on the other side that will counter there, like a lead hook to his right side, then the hook to the body on his straight side, And once again, like in the other clip, if he's a southpaw, you'll be going on his other side, which would be his left side. And that doesn't matter if you're orthodox or southpaw. Okay, these are feints. You want to feint a lot. We're going back to the whole stamina advantage thing, making them miss punches. See that? I do this all the time now. And once again, we stay flat-footed and watch this, because everybody does this. 99% of people are going to do that. And you, right there, the step back straight. So you play with them a little bit. They all do it. Here's another guy, and when they get tired, you can counter it. See that? So that's the importance of letting the fight go late. So take your time, keep your combos very short, and when they run away, let them run away. You have all that time, because you're always going to have a stamina advantage against a spammer late in the fight. Their advantage is early. Yours is late. Now here, we're not going to, like, I scored all these points on this guy before this. Like, I don't need to do anything. Like, he wants me to go out there so he can step back straight me. You don't need to do that. See,
he clinches when he gets
it's just cheese. 99% of people in this game, they all rely on the straight, one way or another. Side step straight, back step straight, push straight, lean back straight, bob and weave straight. And when we block, we want to try to twist our head away.
He's committed to that left hand, and it's working out.
That's more of the same. This guy, he's trying to just survive here. Just more straights. Okay, if you have you need a good character too. Like, see, this is a 6'8" character with 88 reach, trying to fight the inside. Like, if you're a legit like brawler, you need like 68-inch, 69-inch reach. Like, you need to make your character for your style. Anyway, this is a
3 minutes
This is
gone.
a southpaw southpaw spammer, and
His pay for sure. That is a bad catch.
what I'm going to do
And I'm
here is go
wondering what
underneath
he's
his
using
left
in
hand, I
there.
believe.
You know, you can only use certain things. Have it
Either that or he's running away.
And thumb, but I'm wondering if he's using illegal things right now.
Well, he's going to lose a point that there. He was going to the crotch so much, he should have asked his opponent to cough.
Sorry, my bad.
Solid hook.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go
And now just wasting away
to
some
his
time with that
left side.
Bazooka's right hand working well that time. He scored well.
Left and right.
Able to cover up that gut.
Okay, yeah, there's more pushing, I guess. So,
Nice.
oh, and when they get exhausted, that's like I was saying. This is the 10th round. This guy was just spamming away. Now he's been running for the last 3 or 4 rounds. But what's going to happen is this is when you're going to start getting like knockouts, like one-punch knockouts out of the blue with just oddball punches. As long as they're leveled up enough to get that one-punch knockout.
Bazookas once again can't get out of the way of that.
And when they're pushing you, you need to throw one punch at a time if you can, because then you can recover from the push. See, but this is what they all do. They're going to be all up in your grill early. They're going to get tired, and they're going to run away like a bitch, you know. They all do. These are supposedly like elite players.
And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there.
See, it's just fucking straight.
Do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land on. Oh, a big shot.
Yeah, see, there he goes. So, because
And he goes down.
he was spamming
It
too much
a
early.
magnificent combination that put him down.
Now he has to get up.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking
Yeah,
about
they'll
now?
run away
Right now, just
shooting for that straight because it does work. When I was new, I got knocked out all the time, chasing them around. After they had gas themselves out.
Overhand right. He's committed to the combination punching.
That's
now.
exactly what
Working
they
out well
all,
up top.
for years and years.
Who would have
Straight,
ever thought it
straight,
with
straight,
two
straight,
guys
straight.
like this, brawlers, punchers, that they would go to a decision.
He's messed up, man. I need plastic surgery.
Against his opponent there. No Dice is stunned and staggered. Look at this. He got banged up real good, but yet he's throwing back punches.
Oh, this is just another fights back setting thing.
Because his nature right now is
And
saying,
see, this guy started off throwing straights from the southpaw position, so I was working my right hand under his. And then again, when they're waiting for a step back straight, push them and then attack.
That's an illegal shot. That was
So it went from me getting step back straight to him getting low blowed. So the spammer's advantage is red. So we see here in the bottom left, he has the best advantage round 2, and then still good 3, 4, and it gets worse and worse. Our advantage is worse in the beginning, but we're best at the end. Here's the head to body punch ratio. It's just kind of a ballpark. So you want to go, the yellow is body, mostly body early, and keep going, then a little bit more head, and then finally to get the knockout in 8, 9, 10, go to the head. And this is a super common thing. You want to try to work their straight percentage down to a horrible percent, and that right there when you fight. Also, never fight someone that's like more than a point or two of you. It has an advantage. Here's just more stat numbers. You see like this guy here through 296 straights. He just landed 33. And this is what I was working with. This is what I generally work with. I barely have a little jab, but I don't have a straight. I don't have any side step, uppercut stats, and like that. And I win almost all the time. You know, so you don't need a monster. This guy's 5'10", heavy. So you can use hooks and use a realistic size character and still win all the time, you know. And like I said, I'm not the best player or anything. And what we're looking at here too is the reason why people have the straight but they don't have any body punches because the straight is 8,700 points and the body punch is like 3,000 or 3,000. So this is a very common build. See the question marks like where are the body punches? So that means we get them on the ropes, we can work the body. They can't do a whole lot back. Again, this horrible 32% straight stats against my 65. I threw only a few of them. He threw almost 300. Just never learned that, hey, it ain't going to work, you know. So you'll find those people all the time. You see here, I gassed out, throwing a 10-punch combo.
That makes boxing the ultimate highlight sport.
Okay, here's, if you don't know what to do, this is early in the fight, you just clinch them.
Single shot.
When we look at the
And there's
power,
some
that's
tricks
what
you can
gets
do
your
too
attention, Joe,
from the
but
clinch.
really, ultimately,
For example,
what
we're going
gets
to look
it
at one
done
here in a
is
moment. See, there's a straight. So this guy is straight, straight, straight. So I'm just kind of clowning him. Straight,
Stone's
straight.
defense is paying off now.
And then when we let go of the clinch,
Last 10 seconds of round number 3.
so that's something I do quite a bit. You can do that too. Even the new people, I would
And that's
highly
the end of
recommend
round
it.
three.
So it's kind of fun too. I have gotten knockdowns doing that, believe it or not. And another thing with the clinch too is if you have a big weight advantage, sometimes it'll take a little bit of stamina off of both of you. If you saw that clip with Tyson, I did, especially when they're exhausted and you have a weight advantage. So here he's backing away. We're using straights, jabs straight to the body. He's trying to back away, and I know he's tired, so I clinched him up. So hopefully I took a little bit of stamina off him. There, okay, what are we looking at here? Okay. That's nothing. That was just okay. So, and people say, the push and all that's not real. Here's James Toney. This is like last week from October 15, 2021. So even he instructs the guys that he's giving tips to these days. The push is a real deal. I boxed for a long time. There's way more pushing, clinching than the sidestep uppercut is like, it looks nothing like what this game has. And the back step straight in this game, you get more power. In real life, you lose power. And it's not, it's more like in fact, here it is. I think Floyd Mayweather only dropped one dude in his whole career with and it's actually a pull straight, a pull counter. But when he was weighing like 130 pounds or something, or 126, when he was fighting, I think it was, yeah, he got one knockdown. I think it's more like a slap. It's like a, hey, I'm still here type thing, because you don't have any leverage on your punch. See his back foot all over it, and you'll see in the real straight video after this why. Like that don't do shit. And I've never seen that in the gym either. I mean, the sidestep uppercut shit. So here he gets countered doing it. Sometimes it can be dangerous to throw that, but the game makes it like a god punch. It's like a noob tube. But really, it's shit. So I think here he gets countered. So that's a bunch of bullshit, the way that they have these counters here. Here's a real, quote-unquote, sidestep uppercut. It's really a pivot. And you can see the dude in red trunks, he's not even looking. His feet are all tangled up, and that's something that you can only do to someone that's like, they're either severely hurt or they really screwed up on their punches, or just a massive experience advantage. It's not something that you can just sidestep uppercut, sidestep uppercut, sidestep uppercut. That's bullshit. Okay, here's a perfect block. You want to practice offline and block right when the punch comes. See, and usually you'll fully block it. So right as it comes. Okay, so I think that's about it. And check out the links in the description. Got a lot of other channels I'm going to link to, and a shout out to all those guys. And up here is some dude I just pulled off YouTube doing how to throw a real straight. So take care. No, that's not me. It's like I said, it's some dude on YouTube. All right, thanks everybody. Okay, and there is one more thing after this clip of this guy throwing a straight, and I'll commentate that, and that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks a million to all of you for watching. Take care.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Bogdan. In this video, 4 tips. Tip number 1, full extension of the arm. So make sure if you're not fully extending your arm, you're already going to lack power, okay? Think about the pencil. If you look at the pencil, how is it harder to break the pencil? Crush it like this from 2 sides, or snap it in the middle? Obviously, it's way harder to break the pencil if you try to crush it like this. So same thing comes to your arm. Your arm is way stronger when it's fully locked out in the elbow joint and your knuckles are turned over. It's way stronger than like this, okay? So if you want to maximize the power in your shot, tip number 1 is full extension of the arm. Tip number 2 is shoulder and hip rotation, okay? So when you're in your boxing stance, if you're an orthodox fighter, your hips and shoulders are probably like to 2 o'clock. If you're a southpaw, your hips or shoulders are to like 11 or 10 o'clock. So when you throw your cross, you gotta turn your hips and shoulders into it, right? So that your hips and shoulders end up square to your target. So if I'm working on this bag right here, boom, I throw my cross and my hips and shoulders are looking straight at my target, which is the bag in this case. Tip number 3, going off the last one, is getting your back heel off the floor. Rotating your hips and shoulders into it is not enough. You gotta get your back heel off the floor, pivot on that foot so that your shoelaces face straight forward, okay? Because again, in your boxing stance, your feet are like this, right? To 2 o'clock. And when you throw the punch, you rotate your hips and shoulders into it, and you get your back heel off the floor, okay? And the last tip, and very important, is breathe, okay? The moment you throw a punch, you gotta exhale. If you don't breathe, you are likely to tense up. Doesn't matter what punch it is, if you're not breathing, you're likely to tense up and not use, and you're going to use too much muscle and not enough mechanics.
All right, and finally here we're going to look at the all-time leaderboards, and you'll see that most of these guys, when they have to use a head-to-head character, they can't fight for shit. So when they can build a custom spammer, they do good. Like this guy, 7 wins, 13 losses when he's using a real character. Crazy wins when he's got a spammer. So go take a look at this, and almost half the people are like that. If they win just as much as they in head-to-head when they win in OWC, like they're legit. But like the first chicken winger we fought, the bozo clown dude, the dude sucks balls. He was ranked number 16 in the world just with that chicken wing punch. So you know, yeah, most of the people that play this game, not all, but most, are spammers. So hopefully you can learn what you need to do to bypass that, get around that, and survive it. All right, thank you.